Hey everyone, and welcome back to House of Mystery. Today I want to do my first video on a new series that I plan to start called Mysteries in History. And of course, if you have any mystery that you would like me to explore, please leave your ideas in the comments below. So I decided to start with Jack the Ripper because for whatever reason, people tend to be fascinated with serial killers. Now, I don't know what that says about us, but anything that involves them, it seems like people are sometimes drawn to it just because I think we want to wrap our minds around what someone could possibly do this for, like what's their motivation, how do they think. We're just totally enamored, I think, by the idea of it all, and it's scary. And I think maybe we just want to understand something that we cannot understand. And Jack the Ripper is probably among one of the most famous serial killers ever, but yet he is also unknown. And should I say he or she, as we will discover that some people actually think Jack the Ripper could have been a woman. So let's delve into a little bit of the history and possible explanations for this famous serial killer. Now, the name Jack the Ripper comes from letters that were written around this time to Scotland Yard from someone claiming to be the killer. We don't actually know. It was never truly set in stone that this was from the killer or if it was a hoax. Some people think that media sent these letters to generate interest in the story, to keep people on their toes and wanting to hear more. But there were details in the letter that later came out in some of the killings that perhaps only the true killer could have known. So it is very possible that these letters came from the actual killer. But the killer was also known as the Whitechapel murderer because this is the District of London where these killings took place. Now, the year was 1888. There was a lot of immigration and influx into the East End area of London. There was a lot of impoverished people. There were the slums. There were lots of prostitutes and brothels. 55% of kids didn't even make it to their fifth birthday because the conditions were so bad. And so the fact that he was in this area and targeting prostitutes was something that it was kind of hard to tell if he actually killed more people than he did because so many killings were going on at that time. But we know for sure that there were at least five that were killed by the same person. Unfortunately, the manner of death was pretty gruesome. It was usually a slit throat followed by a mutilation of organs, which led some people to think that perhaps this person had a medical background because of how they were doing things and the fact that they were able to do it so similarly each time. There are actually lots of theories, up to seven, even one of a prince who could possibly have been the killer at this time. And again, some people actually think that it could even have been a woman. And with all of the media surrounding it for, over 100 years at this point, they still have not been able to be anything to prove like who this person was. And it keeps people guessing. And it's kind of, instead of getting closer to the truth, it's like more and more things become possibilities of, well, actually, maybe it was this person, or maybe it happened this way, or maybe there were as many as 200 victims. We just simply don't know, and it has kept people intrigued for, like I said, over 100 years. It doesn't help matters that most of the documentation on the Jack the Ripper file was actually destroyed in the Blitz. So even a lot of the paperwork and things that could have helped us find true answers for this are now destroyed. And again, people are so intrigued with this that there are tons of documentaries, books, movies. You can find, if you were to Google or YouTube Jack the Ripper, you could find thousands of things that pop up with theories, with different renditions of what could have happened, but it just keeps people intrigued. But it's something that interests me because it is a scary thing to think about, and you think about how forensic works now, and they didn't have that back then, so I can't imagine how hard it would have been, especially in an area where lots of these things were taking place. It does make me wonder. I am one of the ones who thinks that there definitely was more than five victims, and that makes me really sad. But that's really as much information as I have. Your guess is as good as mine. So tell me what you think. What else do you know about Jack the Ripper? What other mysteries and histories are you interested in? Leave the comments in the section below. Thank you again for watching. As always, it is greatly appreciated. Have a great day and stay mysterious.